Welcome, my dear friends, to today's session. Today we want to continue looking at other oils, and today we are going to be using the palm kernel oil. In the previous session, we saw how we can use animal fat to make bath soap, and today we want to see how we can use palm kernel oil. Some of you are wondering, how does palm kernel oil look like before it is in liquid form? So palm kernel oil is here. When you see, this is our palm kernel oil, which is in solid form. So for us to use it, we have to make sure that we melt it into liquid form so that we can use it easily. So this soil is melted on heat, and then we get the liquid form. Then we shall be using also this is caustic soda, which we have already dissolved. Those who have not yet watched our sessions on how to cultivate, all these cultivations, we have them in our first session, where we are looking at how to cultivate different ingredients for making bath soap. So if you want to know how much caustic soda we measured in how much water, please make sure we check on our first video. You'll be able to see that. So this is our caustic soda that has been dissolved. We say that our caustic soda, to use it, the temperature should be less than 40 or 40 degrees Celsius. If you check on this, it is just 30. So that is very good to be used. Then, even the oil, we have to make sure that its temperature is at least 40. Now, why are we using temperatures at least 40 degrees Celsius and below? Because if the temperatures are high, these reactions are ectothermic. They produce high temperatures, like sodium hydroxide. So if you use it when it is very high, the reactions will take place and it may even cause burns. So to prevent all that, we have to make sure that the temperatures are lower than 40 degrees Celsius. So these are the major ingredients we need, but there are other additives which I want us to check on today. And today we have sodium chloride. This works as a hardener. Sodium chloride works as a hardener. When you use it in your soap becomes very strong and can last for long. So common salt, why am I using this one? Because it is everywhere. Who doesn't know where you can get herbal? Any shop, you can get it at 1,000 shillings. That's why you want to use the locally available materials. I told you in this video, I'll be showing you different colors. We have the pink color, we have green color, we have the blue color. Now, and I'll be using this pink to make our today's soap. And another ingredient additive is perfume. Still, we say this is orange perfume, but we also have this other perfume, lemon perfume. So depending on the one you have, you can use according to what is disposed to you. If you don't have any of these, you can use any essential oil which is available at your exposure. This is our normal stirring rod. I told you, locally made. If you don't know where to get this one, just go and get your stick at home and make your own mingling stick. Now, it is not a mingling, but a stirring rod. Today, we shall be using these molds. You can see they have different shapes, rectangular and circular. And we can use this one to make bathing soaps, and you can sell the soap at any price you want, depending on what you have put. Now that we have already measured this is 123.5 grams of caustic soda, which is dissolved in water. Then we have 500 grams of palm kernel oil. We have 10 grams of sodium chloride. I want us to begin. Now, you know very well that. So this is sodium chloride, which is an ionic compound, and we know that it cannot dissolve in oil. So what we need to do is to dissolve it in caustic soda, because caustic soda has been dissolved in water, so we know that sodium chloride can easily dissolve. So after doing that, you can stir until when it all dissolves in water. So what we have done, we have added sodium chloride, a common salt, to this, such that before we start the saponification process, it has already dissolved. So what I'm doing, if you don't have the spatula at home, I believe you know what you can use. Get a stick and then you stir for yourself. So after having it dissolved in water, then you come and use your trough. I told you that if you don't have a trough at home, you can use a basin. You can use a basin, you can use any other plastic, but don't use a metal, because metals can easily react. So what comes first? We say saponification process is when a fat or an oil reacts with sodium hydroxide, which is our lime. So we have our fat. So we pour our fat. This is the palm kernel oil, not fat, the palm kernel oil. After putting it into the trough, then we can now add the sodium hydroxide. We say that this sodium hydroxide, we add it slowly. Why are we doing this? We add it slowly to prevent the air bubbles in our solution. We do this to prevent the air bubbles in our solution. Now, after that, you stir gently. You can see how it is changing. You can see how it is changing. So you can increase on the speed. You can increase on the speed. Stop. Okay. Yeah, so when the solution turns to this, you can see now it is now very sticky, gel. It is gel-like. When it comes like this, now we are free to add the perfume. We are free to add. I told you today I want to use lemon, lemon perfume. But for you, if you don't have, you can leave it. You say this is optional. It is optional. Just one top, bottle top is enough. You don't need too much scent. You know, even too much scent may cause customers to disappear from you. So it's better use a small quantity. So after putting, you continue stirring. Now at the same time, instead of wasting too much time, we can still add the color. I told you today we want to use this. One spatula will work. Then we continue stirring until when it becomes uniform. We stir until when it becomes uniform. Okay. When it becomes uniform, you can see the color change. Keep on stirring till when the whole solution becomes uniform. End of it all, we shall be having our yellow soap. You can see because we added some sodium chloride, which is our hardener. You can see the difference. So you add in, because you have eaten some carbohydrates, you can increase on the speed and some energy. And then At this level, you can see it is very uniform, yellow. So our soap will look like that. So at this stage, I said because this beaker, this trap is big, it may make our solution to power down. So you can use a beaker. You can use a beaker, and then after that we put in our mold. So this is our mold that we are using for today, and when you see, you just add into your mold very well. You also want to fill all of them. You fill also this one. You have to fill all the molds. Fill all the molds. So how you can just shake it, that to make sure everything is there. We level it very well. So the reason why it does that is because it is very thick. So when it is very thick, it may disturb. So at this point, all our molds are full, and if there are some which are not very full, you can still add. So at this point, our mold is ready and it is full. So here we have the 6 of different shapes, and you shall be able to see what comes out after the 24 hours. So after 24 hours, we shall be getting them out and we see our product. Stop. Okay, so this is our product after the 24 hours, and we can see we can now remove very well from the mold because it has cured very strong. You can't easily break it. Why? It has cured after the 24 hours, and you can see these are different shapes and different designs down there. This is just depending on the mold that you have. So depending on the mold you have, the design down here is the one which will be coming on the top. So we can test on our soap and we see how best it works. So when you test on this, I'll test our soap. We can see it is forming leather very well. So our soap, it can now be used for cleaning clothes, it can be used for bathing and do any other purpose that you can use it for, especially when you're using soap. Okay, thank you very much, our viewers, for those who have been tuned up to this time and you have learned something from this session. We have been dealing with palm kernel oil in this video, and the upcoming videos we shall be testing the blending. If you blend palm kernel oil and land or any other, what happens? Is there any difference when you do the blending? So don't forget to like, share, and click on the notification button so that whatever we share in this channel, you're able to get it as fast as possible. Have a blessed time.